2024 has seen some great things for the Pico ecosystem I work in. It's allowed me to produce some really great fun projects too. Let's take a look back at 2024 before I gaze a little bit into what 2025 might bring, at least for my projects. Hi, I'm John, your concierge to the world of the Raspberry Pi Pico, Pico 2, robotics, IoT and other fun tech. Remember to subscribe and join the community. There are so many things I've touched on this year, it's hard to know where to start. Well, it's perhaps not too hard to know where to start because I think there was an obvious high point this year with the launch of the Pico 2. If you like this video, why not drop me a cash tip using the super thanks button below the video or the payment link in the description. I'm saving these up to get myself to open source in San Francisco next year, and I'd appreciate your help in getting them there, and I hope to see you there too. Please hit the like button on the video and subscribe for more. This video is sponsored by wolfSSL. Every project needs to think about security, whether that's for internet protocols using TLS or local security such as secure boot, protecting the firmware and crypto hashing libraries. wolfSSL is a great partner for security. They provide well-documented security libraries for TLS, cryptography, secure boot and so much more, all in commercial support and open source versions. I use wolfSSL's libraries in nearly all my Pico projects. So go take another look at wolfSSL. The big event of 2024 was the Pico 2 and RP2350's launch. I discussed how this was coming on my live stream back in June and then covered the announcement. Let's take a quick reminder of what the Pico 2 is. August is normally a quiet month in tech, but not this year, as Thursday the 8th of August 2024 saw the Raspberry Pi Pico 2 launch. What's the headline here? Well, we've got a new Pico 2 board coming. It's certainly on back order and we should have it very soon. And it's based on a RP2350 chip. Now that chip has a lot of new capability. It's got higher clock speed. It's up to 150 megahertz. It's got twice as much RAM as we used to have. So we've got 520 kilobytes of SRAM on board. It's got some new security features, including things like secure boot and some upgraded to the interfaces. So we have 12 PIOs now and a new HSTX peripheral for high-speed data transfers. Since launch, I've given some guides on writing projects for the Pico 2, and I've looked at its performance against the Pico 1 and lots more too. Check them out in my video list. For my own project, most of the year I seem to have been working on this weather station. It's a much bigger project than I expected. In September I shared the bones of the project. Do you remember this? I've been working on this project for a while. A weather station using the Raspberry Pi Pico W and a dozen sensors to measure the environment. Solar and battery powered, this is based on some kit sensors from Spark Fun, but the electronics and the software is all my own work. So let me tell you all about it. But the core of the project goes back to January, when I started looking at temperature sensors. The other part of the project is to put the Pico W to sleep. I need that for power management. There are both a hibernate and a deep sleep capability on the RP2040. And I thought I'd go the hibernate route and then realised I couldn't and had to change direction to going into a deep sleep state. I've explained why in all the videos. Take a look. It's also really important for me to be able to support the community of makers and tinkerers where they are on their journey. So I've targeted some early phase guides too, as well as more complex stuff, starting with flashing an LED. How you code and build your projects is important. So I've talked through the new VS Code extension too. I have a Udemy course that really sets people up to work with the Pico in C and C++. It's worth taking a look if you're just starting out on this journey. I also introduced concepts like PWM that we use all the time in our embedded systems, from anything from dimming an LED to driving servo motors, or motors indeed. IoT, or the Internet of Things, is really important to me. I've shared some fabulous IoT projects. I built out a Udemy course on how to use web services from the Pico. I then had some fun calling a weather web service to get the forecast, and also built out a Telegram bot so that Pico could provide data back to us remotely wherever we are. Of course, there's also my lightsaver Pico W update. This is just a wall light, but it is great fun. I use MQTT as a protocol for these. True IoT. It's based on techniques I share in my Pico W IoT course over on Udemy. I think it's clear that what underpins all this stuff is fun and my love of this technology, and I hope that comes across too. Especially in some of my sillier builds like the Halloween special, or indeed my little advent calendar that I've got behind me. Or perhaps it's around some of the robot projects like the robot arm using micro-ROS. Or finally chatting to people like Dan Makes Things, who shares my passion for tinkering. So what next? What does 2025 have in store for us? Well, the weather station project is going to enter its second year. There is some rework I need to do on this. The PCB itself certainly needs a bit of a redesign. I've learnt a lot about how this is going to work, and I'm sure I'm going to learn more as I try things out. Plus I'm working on the data analysis side using Python, Pandas and the Dash framework, and I'll share my journey with those. I'll continue to provide some content for every level of the journey that I can. If you'd like to see a specific video, please do let me know. There'll also be some IoT projects too. I want to try to move away from Wi-Fi in my IoT journey. That means using 4G connectivity or some other radio transmissions. I think that will make my projects truly IoT enabled. Keep watching to see what I do. I've had great fun producing the videos and working on the projects for this channel. I hope you've enjoyed them too. If you like this video, then why not drop me a cash tip using the super thanks button below the video or the payment link in the description. Remember, I'm saving these up to get myself to the open source conference in San Francisco next year, and I'd appreciate your help in getting me there, and I hope to see you there too. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, then please do hit that like button and please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video. I wish you all a happy new year. Bye bye for now.